What is good, YouTube? It's your boy D4P back again with another video. And today we are reacting to I invested America's obesity epidemic. You guys, I will say, in the States, not even just the States, bro, like, just in general, bro, people be eating like shit. I can't even lie, bro. Like, of recent, I've been on a fitness journey, fitness grind. Like, this summer, I want to get a six-pack. Like, if I don't get a six-pack, like, shoot me. Because why? All these years I've been going to the gym, no abs. All these years you've been going to the gym, no abs. Nothing to show for it. You need to lock in. And it's all because of your diet. But anyways, you guys, let's get into the video. Let's see what he has to say.
Overweight, but is it his choice? Today I'm going to investigate the obesity epidemic and find out if fat people are victims or if they're just lazy.
You can expect obese people to be a little bit lazier.
And I'm going to talk to everyone on both sides of this debate. And I'm just going to warn you, it gets ugly.
I think parents should be charged with child abuse if their child is obese.
Is obesity a...
You know what's crazy? Yo, you know what's crazy? I low-key agree with that sentiment. But at the same time, I feel like in terms of nutrition, the thing about nutrition is a lot of people just don't know what they're doing, bro. Like, a lot of people do not know what is good to eat and what's bad to eat. For example, like, right now, I'm drinking Crush, like, it's 0 calories, and I know that this shit has no sugar, it has sweetness, but, like, it's not going to make me fat. You feel me? People don't understand how the shit works,
choice?
I believe obesity is a choice.
It is a choice.
Yes, 100%.
No, I don't think it's a choice.
Obesity is not a choice. It is a disease.
Yes,
Why do you think so?
because you know when things start to get out of control and you just keep eating and not stopping. So I definitely feel like it's a choice.
Why do you choose to not be obese?
Because I like to look good in a dress.
Real. Simple. Like, there isn't much to it. Like, me personally, like, it's a choice, but then I feel like it's an unconscious choice. You feel me? I feel like it's one of them ones where people do not necessarily know what they're doing, bro. People don't necessarily know, like, what's right or wrong. People do not know, like, how nutrition works. Me personally, I've been going to the gym for how long, bro? Since I was like 17? I've been going since I was 17. Okay? I did not learn about nutrition till like this year. I didn't know how on point you had to be with your nutrition. And I'm not going to talk as if I'm the buffest guy, but like, look, my face is lean, I have a bit of muscle, like, yeah. But then all of that is just due to like taking my time to do my research, learn about like nutrition and stuff. And truth be told, people know what to do. Like, when people are like, eat your vegetables, eat clean, do this, do that. On one hand, people are like, oh gosh, that's a whole lifestyle change. Oh my god. But like, those people just don't want it bad enough, in my opinion.
She says it straight. She says it straight.
You want me to be honest?
I don't think it's always a choice. Sometimes with schedules, sometimes people don't know, like they have certain health conditions, hormone fluctuations.
Yo, shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up. Listen, the main reason why people are fat and overweight is because they eat bullshit. You don't even necessarily have to do all the cardio. You don't even have to work out. Just don't eat bullshit. People will go to McDonald's. Bro, people eat McDonald's. Do you know how insane that is? Do you know how crazy? Bro, people don't understand how bad McDonald's, Wendy's, all these fast food joints, people don't get how bad it is for you. The day you sit down and you actually, bro, the day you sit down and you're like, you know what? Let me see what I'm putting inside my body, Let me see what am I eating? Like, what is the, the content of this food? When you sit down and you do your research, you won't eat McDonald's anymore. Or you eat it in moderation. You won't eat Wendy's. You won't eat all this bullshit. You won't eat like chips and like drinks with high calories. You're going to cut down on alcohol and all of that, bro. The day you actually sit down to be like, okay, let me see what I'm putting in my body, that is when you're going to like be like, damn, I've been feeding my body some fuck shit for a long period of time. Like if you see like, you know, someone like this and someone like this, you know, let me tell you what's going on. This woman right here, you know, she's talking about hormones and schedule and bro, shut up. Like you've just been eating a lot of nonsense and it's okay. You know, you're in the gym, you can change. But thing is, if you're in the gym and you're still eating that nonsense, you're not going to see any progress. I know it sounds harsh, I know it sounds painful, but it's true. I just hate that people will come and start spewing nonsense like, no, it's my schedule, I'm busy, blah, blah, blah. Shut up, bro. Stop trying to deceive people.
Really hurt, especially for women. No shade, but men.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm just joking.
No shade, but men like my fiance, for example, he can eat anything and burn it off within like a week or two. But for women, we're meant to have kids, so we do hold fat.
What would you classify yourself as?
It's that gray area. Like I'm healthy, but I'm definitely obese. I need to lose weight.
What are you doing to fix that?
I'm here.
Let's go. She's grinding.
She's grinding though. I'll give her that. She's grinding. Excuse me, guys. She's grinding, but like thing is like, what is she going to do when she gets out of the gym? What is going to happen next? Are you going to go to Popeyes? It's so crazy, bro. I'll tell you guys this. In my city, you know, like the gym that I go to, it's literally it's set up like this. The gym is right here. And then there's a Popeyes right there. And then there's a burger place right there. And then there's Indian food, right? Like all these calorie dense foods, you know. It's crazy.
Grind it right now. Do you think that airlines should charge more for overweight people taking up 2 seats, or should that second seat be free?
Free? Is that a joke? Nah, not free for the plus size, man. Why are you getting treated? You gotta work that off, man. Like,
Do you think they should charge?
yes, charge, bro. If you're taking up 2 seats, you're gonna pay for those 2 seats. Because it's your choice to be overweight or obese in that sense. So why should an airline give you a discount or some type of rate just because you're choosing? Absolutely, you should not be able to get a free seat just because you're white.
I would love it if they did give a second seat free.
So are you on team free?
I'm on team free only because right now it benefits me. But at the same time, I do understand that just because it's nice doesn't mean necessarily that it's something that I'm entitled to. I mean, but they don't make it easier on you in the fact that they make things so expensive and
Accountability, real.
the fact that they keep taking space away. Over the years, they keep making things more and more cramped, which makes things more difficult.
Opinions are pretty split down the middle, so I wanted to know what an expert thought. Dr. Mike Israel, pleasure. Great to see you. Is obesity a choice?
No. If you come up to people who have made a choice, let's say to wear a purple shirt today.
Okay.
They looked at 2 shirts in their closet, blue, purple. And you come up to them, you go, I got a magic pill that'll turn your shirt blue. They're gonna be like, I'm good, I actually chose purple. That's how you know they made an active choice. How many people can you legitimately come up to on the street and you say, hey, I have a pill that just completely eliminates all of your body fat? You're gonna take it, you're gonna just like zap into a lean person's body. How many of them are gonna be like, nah, I wanna be like this? Sumo wrestlers and almost nobody else. So by that very, very direct reasoning, obesity is not a choice.
Everyone was comfortable sharing their controversy.
Interesting take. It's not a choice, but then, like, I will say it's literally a choice. If you know what you're meant to do and you do the wrong thing, then it's a choice. I take it like wisdom, bro. Like, wisdom is, you know, it's one thing to know something and it's another thing to apply it in your life. You know, for example, I know that if I steal and I get caught, I'm going to go to jail. That's wisdom. Hence, I don't steal, you know. But then there's people that know that if they steal, you know, they're going to go to jail, but then they still steal, you know. So there's that. You feel me? Like, but thing about eating is it's a family thing. Like, the way your family eats is the way that you're going to eat more times than not. You know, me personally, I grew up in a family where like they were just eating, you know, we were eating takeout often, you know, fried foods all the time. Like we weren't eating healthy food. You know, we were eating African food all the time, and that's extremely calorie dense. Just things like that, you know. And like now that I'm older, and I'm the one that picks like what I go to the grocery store every like, every now and I pick what I'm going to eat, you know, so I make the right decision. When I see people like going out there, eating bullshit, I work in a grocery store as well, so I know. So when I see people picking things that they should probably not be eating, I'm just like, well, like, damn, like.
Opinions when they were alone with me, but I wondered what would happen if they had to confront each other. I got 3 fit influencers together with 3 fat influencers to see if there's a common ground on this controversial topic. Is obesity a choice?
I do think that it's a choice. I do not agree with being obese in any way, shape, or form. I don't think it's a good thing in any way, shape, or form.
You can't argue physics. Calories in, calories out. That's a scientific fact. But there's other hurdles that I've had to overcome with genetics that make it so much harder than the average person.
Just by looking at you, I can see you're lazy and lack discipline in that aspect. I know just from talking to you guys that you are, influencers, you're doing bigger things and, probably have good work ethic when it comes to that, because I understand we all understand what that entails. When that's all the data that you have, there's a judgment made, and, for you guys, it's a negative one from healthier people physically.
Do you think that being obese means that you're lazy?
So the average,
I'm sorry, it's just crazy how this is so controversial. I hate that this is a controversial topic, because literally all you just have to do is put the fork down, eat a bit less, and just keep gradually eating, eat a bit less, every single day. Do not eat McDonald's, don't eat fast food, don't drink sugary drinks, do not be an alcoholic. Bro, a shot of alcohol is 100 calories. Like, a shot of one of these is 100 fucking calories. Like, you get what I'm saying?
analysis of like 100 people, obese versus not obese is the only difference between them, randomized sample from the United States. By a small margin, you're going to find more lazy people in the obese section. Because for any given level of food drive, which you assume is kind of average, if you're a little bit lazier, you get much heavier. If you're a little bit more diligent, you could say, I'm going to make healthier, better choices, really keep my weight under control. Probably most of obesity, laziness is not an explanatory factor, but on the margins, yeah, on average, not for any individual person, on average, you can expect obese people to be a little bit lazier.
I went so many years of my life making negative decisions that in turn made me obese. I would have people say to me, like, let's go outside and do something active. And I'd be like, no, I don't want to.
Heaviest I ever used to weigh was 310 pounds.
And what are you weighing now?
235.
So you've lost almost 100 pounds.
Yeah.
I've lost about 65 pounds.
Is it ever okay to be obese?
Yeah, it's okay to be obese by default. Like, you know what I'm saying? You look good to me, girl. Hey, any obese girls out there, you feel me? I'm married, but...
I will say, like, there's some girls that are on the bigger side, and I'm not talking, like, obese, but then there's some girls that are, like, thick, that I look at and I'm like, damn, like, you're bad. Like, you look good. Especially if they have, like, a nice face card, One thing about me, if her face is nice, I'm there. I'm easy. Maybe not easy, let's chill. But, like, if her face is nice, I'm chilling. Yeah.
My wife and I, the bed is really big. But what was the question again?
To me, it's crazy that people don't prioritize their health. If you are so, overweight and unhealthy that you have incarcerated yourself in your own body and you literally can't do anything, like, what good is money? What good is status? What good is anything without your health?
Believe me, I feel it. I mean, there's some days when I'm getting dressed to go out, and like the way that I envision the outfit in my mind, and when I put it on, it's two completely different things.
As influencers, we're all kind of privileged. I can afford a gym membership. I can afford nutritious food. What about a person who lives in a food desert? They can't afford a gym membership. They're working 60 hours a week trying to support their family.
Do you think those people are obese?
Myself, personally, I used to live in environments where I didn't have access to, the resources as far as proper.
Fam, if you want something bad enough, you're going to make it happen. I don't care what anybody says, bro. Especially if you live in the West. Let's limit this to the Western world because, like, I know some people have it hard, but then in the West, more times than not, you can make some shit happen. If you have some Wi-Fi, you can make some shit happen, bro. Like, if you want it bad enough, you make it happen.
nutrition, so I had to literally go out my way to go get the proper nutrition. I refuse to be a victim of my environment. So at the end of the day, you gotta want it.
Do you think a person's weight is entirely their responsibility, or are there other factors?
Something can be entirely your responsibility, even though there are other factors at play. You know, like let's say a truck drives by and splashes me with dirty water. It's still my responsibility to get my shirt cleaned, even though it wasn't my fault. So obesity can be entirely not your fault. Usually it's not much your fault. Like you just have dog genetics for being fucking hungry and wanting snacks all the time, and that's just a real thing. The responsibility for your body belongs entirely to you. So it is absolutely your responsibility, but also doesn't have to be necessarily your fault.
Did you know that if you go to gymshark.com and use code Jesse10, you'll get 10% off your order?
That's live. I did know that.
If you want to, you can save 10%, looking absolutely beautiful in their high-quality clothing. Code Jesse10, baby. Is the word fat offensive?
Oh.
No, I do want to have the caveat for a lot of people who are overweight, fat, whatever word you want to use. There's trauma. We can talk about sensitivity or not. I'm not sensitive to it anymore, but I used to be. Society has turned that into a negative word. It is a descriptor word. I am a fat person. I've modeled for Columbia. I've done stuff for Eddie Bauer and other big companies, REI. I get in my DMs people who are larger than me or plus size like me or fat like me saying, thank you so much for putting yourself out there because you put yourself, I saw you in those clothes out on the trail, in the gym. I got the motivation to go do it.
I totally disagree with the plus size models and all that stuff because I think that it is advocating for unhealthy lifestyles and choices and it's kind of normalizing it and saying it's okay to be this fat. I look at it purely as unhealthy.
So I got perspectives from fit people, fat people, and people in the middle of their weight loss journey. But I wanted to hear from someone who experienced both extremes.
My name is Simona Fontaine. I was 372 pounds and now I'm a bodybuilder.
So you were once a very big guy.
Yes.
And now you're a literal bodybuilder. You went on stage, you won.
I won the overall summer shredding male
transformation class, right?
And
shout out to him, bro. Shout out to him because it's not easy to get that lean. You know, it's not like right now, you know, I'm trying to get abs, you know, like, and I'm looking at my face every single day and I'm like, oh, I'm getting leaner, you know, I'm looking at my arms, you know, getting leaner and all of that. And I'm like, damn, this is actually a challenge. Like, it is actually like not easy to be in a calorie deficit. It's so easy to eat whatever it is that you want anytime you want. It's so easy.
But the whole show.
You did?
The whole show.
Oh my gosh.
I had to change who I was completely. I had to kill my old self to be reborn into who I am today.
From day one, you stated your goal?
I stated my goal. I'm going to pick a date. And
that's so relatable, you guys. I will say there was a point in time that like I used to like, you know, and I still like going out. Don't get it twisted. I say it all the time. I love a good time out. Like I'm still going to go out. Like I don't give a fuck what anybody says. But then thing is, like, I used to drink all the time, every single weekend. Like, you see this bottle of Bacardi? I could finish half on Friday and finish the other half on Saturday. And that's very bad, you know. And I would also eat McDonald's, eat Wendy's. And then I changed. I told myself that I wanted to stop doing that. And then I did. And ever since then, like every single week, I look extremely different. I also changed my diet, you know, entirely. And on one hand, lots of people are willing to do that, you know, but then, you know, if you're not willing to do that, then you won't get the results that you want.
And I'm going to pick and attend next year a bodybuilding.
And mind you, that's okay. Like, that's fine. Like, if that is the life that you choose, that's okay. But do not complain. You know, do not complain at all. When, you know, when it comes summertime and, you know, you're feeling insecure, you can't take off your shirt, or, you know, someone rejects you because you know, you're a bit too overweight. This is targeted to guys especially, you know, because society is a lot harsher on us. Yeah. Bro. Yo, what did I just do? Okay.
Building show.
No. No.
Yes.
You're not.
I'm going to. And then I stayed 99.999% consistent. I cheated once my entire
What
training.
made you make this change?
There was one very specific moment that happened. I turned around in bed and I was out of breath.
Wow.
I woke up, turned on bed, I was like, oh, this can't be it.
How did you feel about yourself before you made this transformation? When you looked in the mirror?
That's a hard one, and I get emotional sometimes just thinking about it.
Okay.
But I hated myself, and
You guys, he said he turned around and he was out of breath. Do you know how fucked up that is? That's so bad.
It's okay.
I mean, like, I would avoid mirrors, and you don't really realize how bad that is until you get there. I used to make all these like self-deprecating jokes where oh, I'll be dead before I'm 40. I'll be dead before I'm 50, and I didn't care. Like, I was fine. Like, oh, I don't need to work on my retirement fund. I'll be dead. Like, it's all these little things. I don't do that anymore. But back then, it was such an intense lack of self-care.
How did you feel about yourself when you were 310 pounds?
I mean, I hated myself. I actually got like diagnosed with like high blood pressure. It was like the first time I ever had to be like on medication.
I hated how I looked. I didn't have any self-confidence. I felt miserable all the time. I was super depressed. My feet would hurt, my legs would hurt. Like, I would lay down and have what I thought were growing pains, but they definitely were from being obese. I found that I would easily like sweat, just like sweating all the time.
Like body temperature is higher than usual?
Yeah. Absolutely. And once I started working out and moving my body every day and paying attention to what I was putting in my body, those negative feelings that I had towards myself, they disappeared.
And how do you feel about yourself now when you look in the mirror?
Oh God, I'm excited to wake up every morning. You know how crazy that is? I'm excited to wake up. I'm excited to
You guys, and that's a real feeling. When you start cutting and you start seeing the results, you want to wake up every morning and be like, wow, like I look different, you know? It's so real.
Meal prep. I'm excited to go to the gym. I have a girlfriend now. It's like my entire life just kind of came together so perfectly. And becoming this new person made me want to be alive.
The one part of your transformation, the most controversial part of your transformation, the weight loss drugs.
Yes. What would you like to know? I'm an open book.
So this is all medically prescribed to you. You're allowed to have all of this.
Yes.
Okay.
All of this is completely legal. I feel like the biggest issue is just there's a lot of misinformation online about what is a peptide, which is just a branch amino acid that's already in your body.
Yeah.
These are natural things.
And this all helps you lose weight as well. Along with the hard work, the cardio, the meal prep.
Let me iterate, and this is a very important thing.
Okay.
That I lost my first 105 pounds in 6 months completely natural.
Wow.
And it was essentially my choice because I wanted to see how.
Wow. 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 Wow.
How optimized I could become and how far I could push this to try to achieve what I believe now is to be the most insane transformation on the internet.
Yeah, honestly it is. This transformation would have been even more insane if he had used Gorilla Mind. My favorite products are Gorilla Mind energy drinks, Gorilla Mode Nitric, Gorilla Mode Creatine Monohydrate, and of course, don't forget to use code.
I can't fight billions of dollars of ads, or is it this little tool that makes me feel full for a bit longer?
Do we think fat shaming is good or bad?
I think it's bad.
I think it's bad as well. I think it's good.
Is it ever appropriate to shame someone for their weight?
Okay. Is fat shaming good or bad? Me personally, I don't think that you should fat shame people. Like, that's not good. You know. However, I do think that, you know, it's good to have a conversation with people. My younger brother he wasn't obese, but then he was just so big when I saw him, you know, when he moved to Canada. I moved in 2018, he moved in like 2021. And I said, wow, you're huge. And then I started taking him to the gym, you know, consistently. I would be like, yo, anytime he came, I'll take him to the gym. Now my younger brother is, not only is he bigger than me, he runs marathons now. He ran his first marathon in October. And I cried, bro. I cried because I saw him at his lowest point, you know, almost obese. And then I saw him, you know, out there pushing weights, you know, running a marathon, making me, my mom, and my other brother proud, making my dad in heaven proud, bro. I teared up because it's not easy. You have to do this shit every day. Like, your identity has to change.
It's usually highly ineffective. For some people, it'll have an effect. A very small fraction of the population, that's the thing that gets them going and gets them to change. Shaming people for a whole lot of it's probably pretty fucking lame for adults.
I love my little brother, and like I was fat shaming him my whole life, you know, trying to get him to push himself to be healthier, hold himself accountable, make better choices.
Real, he's just like me.
It's not healthy, and I want him to be around and live a long time.
But is that the best way to go about it, though?
Bingo.
Is the question.
Bingo.
Well, I found that the best route of action to help your friends is to lead by example. You get what I'm saying? If they're your friends and they know that you love them and y'all have like a relationship that is in accordance with love, and they see you leading a healthy life, they're gonna want to follow you.
Is there no value in the truth?
But it's
That's true as well. That's very true as well.
also in delivery.
I agree.
So I don't agree with fat shaming at all. I'm a very positive person, so I try to approach people in that way. I would try to reinforce that fat loss in the most positive way I can, but still let them know, hey, cut the shit and get to what you need to do, because at the end of the day, no one's gonna do it for you. Excuses are what the world is made up of nowadays, and I feel like a lot of the reasons why people don't succeed is because they blame outside factors, other people for why they aren't succeeding, and because they're not putting the time in.
I mean, I've definitely been fat shamed. I've been obese most of my life. I've definitely gotten a lot of comments, a lot of jokes.
I'm not going to fat shame anyone. I think that's bullying.
And I'm not saying that I advocate for bullies, and it sounds like all of you have been like physical or, you know, or harassed or bullied.
There's a way to say it. With women, I'm not going to lie, with women, there's no good way to say it, bro. There's no good way to say it. It just comes off bad. But if you're talking to one of the homies, one of your bros, you know, there's a way to say it. There's a way to be like, you know, yo, you need to work on this, bro. Like, you know, yo, let's go to the gym together, you know, need to work out. It's like, come on now. But to say you're a fat fuck, you know, saying things like that doesn't help.
About your weight, right?
Sure. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And I'll never be that guy ever. I was fat shaming him my whole life. I think the softness of our society as a whole has led to, you know, more and more people being obese. You know, everyone gets a participation trophy, that kind of stuff. I regularly go 10 days without any food, just for the mental toughness and discipline of it.
During the debate, everyone was mostly respectful. But as they got more comfortable with each other, they started to get more honest. Things got out of control.
That's why I really can't stand the mental health stuff, because I'm like, you guys don't have real problems. Like, suck it the up.
There are people killing themselves.
I think parents should be charged with child abuse if their child is obese. It's a first world problem. I've been to third world countries. I've never met anyone there with battling with mental health problems.
It is. I'm not even going to lie. It is, bro. Like, see, when it comes to mental health, sometimes, you know, like, you know, I be feeling bad, you know. I be feeling bad. But, like, I can't just feel bad to the point where, like, I'm just sitting in my house and I'm not doing nothing. Like, no. But then I met people that they're like, oh, my mental health, I'm sad, I don't want to do anything. I think that it's good to rest. Like, yeah, take a break. But then some people take a break for 3 years? That's insane.
Or obesity, because they have real problems. You guys are arguing for obese people, and I would say you guys are...
I'm not arguing for obese people. Let's make that very clear with
okay,
that.
well,
it's
with
just
your...
people in general.
At the end of the day, you are choosing what you refuse to change.
If you want to change, you can make a change. Nobody gonna help you but yourself.
All the resources that we have, like it definitely is a choice. We live in the future. You know, we have the whole world in our pockets.
When you are eating from a sustainable approach, then it makes it so that you're able to still enjoy those foods that you like without going overboard. And that's something I've learned a lot in the past few years about by watching a lot of different YouTube videos. Like I've watched some of yours too.
Yeah, dude, I didn't even realize. Thank you. Subscribe, road to 10 mil. Let's go.
I had a health bout a few years ago. I have been meaning to get into health fitness a little earlier, but delayed because of work and things of that sort, but I'm getting into it now.
Do you mind if I ask what that health bout was?
Oh, leukemia.
Really?
Yes.
Are you still dealing with that?
It's clear.
Dude, my...
Yo, thank God, shout out to him.
Man!
Yes, sir.
You know, no excuse. You're in here. I love that. I love...
leukemia, and he's still there. Ah, gosh, bro. The gym, bro, like, actually standing up and doing shit is just a beautiful thing.
Seeing that.
Real growth only happens when you get tired of your own until somebody really reaches that, you will never be able to make them make the change. Now, when they hit that moment, embrace it. It is such a magical place to be.
What I took away from Simon's story and everyone else that I talked to was that you can be whoever you want to be, as long as you focus on your personal growth and always strive to be your best. And as always, stay relentless.
You guys, that was a great video. I really enjoyed it. You know, yo, if you're overweight and you watch me, please get in the gym. Do what it is that you need to do. If you've been in the gym and you watch me, shout out to you. Keep grinding. You know, it's almost summertime. And, you know, yo, we all need to look sexy on the beach this summer. I don't care what anybody says. Anybody that's trying to tell you that, no, you can't do it, yo, you have to cut them off. At least till summertime. But yo, that's the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm coming through.